Hey, it's me, Butterfly to Life, back with that divine communication. Thanks for watching. And this is your North Node, South Node axis video. If you do not know your North Node, South Node placements, please go to Google, type in birth chart calculator, put in your time of birth, which you can find off your birth certificate, and find out what your placements are. All right. So let's get started. And I will add some more links below, and especially the link to the main North Node video that discusses what the whole North Node, South Node axis is about. So you can check out that link below. Let's get started. Jupiter, Pisces North Node. So Pisces North Node, you have Pisces, ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. So you got these aspects playing out. And it's important for North Node and Pisces individuals to know that you're coming from Virgo. And it's going to help you with this placement to definitely be in your emotions, be in tune with them, be aware of them. Okay? Believe in what you want, and it could be outside. It's that fantasy. Okay? Fantasize sometimes about having the happy home with the happy family or the right work situation, things that make you feel good. Okay? Be able to be in a place of contentment with yourself without thinking about it, just feeling it. So this may help you if you just be to yourself sometimes, or be with others sometimes, and just access your feelings. Like, what makes you feel good? What makes you feel good about life, about family, about career, about goals, job, hobbies, children? See, a lot of times, Virgos lack, or they want to put their dreams to the side, because especially if it feels like, okay, yeah, that's just really not gonna happen. To just be more practical. And Jupiter, we gotta think about the ruler of Pisces. You got Jupiter. Jupiter requires you to go beyond what you're used to, what you know, what you understand. And when you're using Piscean energy, you got to be willing to expand. Yours may be more on the spiritual side of things, the occult side of things, the mystical side of things, the impossible side of things, versus the practical, logical side. You're going to have to learn to take yourself out of that placement and be more on the fantasy and dreams and things outside of yourself, outside of your norm. Okay? Look. And you got to be passionate about it. Passionate about what you can have, what you can obtain. And if you can think it, and I'm telling you, if you can think it, if you can add it, if you can be imaginative and creative and content without criticizing yourself, your loved ones, your home will run more smoother, your business will run more smoother, your connections will run more smoother, your life will run more smoother. You know? Livening up, letting things go. You get home, and you can practice this on your day-to-day basis. Like I always say, you get home from work, sometimes be okay with things being out of place until you could get to it. Be okay. Don't come home and criticize your partner and say what they could have done. Just let them, let life go sometimes. You don't always have to be up and on it. That is what you're looking for this lifetime. And it's not going to really help you if these things, like if you're still trying to carry on all of the actions of your South Node in Virgo. See? Ten of Wands. I don't think it was reversed. Ten of Wands. as a Pisces North Node, you got to remember that it's so easy for Pisces to get lost. There's got to be a balance, to get lost out there. And a lot of you Piscean North Nodes probably do. And you don't want to because you have Virgo over here in your South Node. But you could find yourself not really being able to accomplish things or fulfill things or finish, or, you know, you may find yourself drifting off and daydreaming and being caught into the fantasy. This right here, the Ten of Wands, is letting you understand that, you letting yourself expand, but it also takes effort to complete these things, to understand these things, to improvise with these things and incorporate these things into your life. Okay? If not, it's going to be something that you feel, but you never actually do or go through with. It takes responsibility. It takes energy. It takes time. It takes effort. And although, like I said, you let go of the way it has to go and just perform. Like, make sure you're getting what you need to get done to able to have those things that you want, like the dreams. And even if you're in the fantasy world, you could be about your life. Like, just because you're mystical or you're positive or you're compassionate or you're in your feelings, it doesn't mean that you can't be practical. This just means that you allow yourself to expand past what you feel is practical. This gains you more leverage in life, probably way more accomplishments, and definitely and fulfillment to your experience. The Chariot represents Cancer, but it's a water card. But this is saying that as the Pisces North Node, it's important to stay in control of your emotions. Okay? It's easy to fall out and let your emotions start dictating you. No, you want to be in the driver's seat of your emotions, not the other way around. And I feel like the reason why it's so easy for this to happen to Virgo South Node or Pisces North Node is because of this. The mental part. You go over, the Virgo goes over and over and over in his mind, his head, except for now you're dealing with emotions with Neptune, and you're trying to figure out where to place these emotions, and you're trying to stay practical, and you're trying to stay, you know, in a certain lane and in control. And the Pisces North Node is trying to call you out of that and bringing you with circumstances that's out of that. And you're trying and you're trying and you're trying. And then all of a sudden you find yourself out of, you know, like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. And that's why it's important to be on top of your emotional processes, but being open to them and creative. The biggest thing that's going to help a Virgo South Node individual is creativity, compassion, you know, service work that, you know, helps people, but at the same time be able to express the way you feel. You see what I'm saying? Be creative, draw, sketch, play instruments, write, be about the self a little bit. Okay? It's okay to be about yourself and to express how you feel. All right? Some type of faith-based practice. Okay? Also perceiving the world differently from what you've been taught, from the practical nature of it. Like conventional marriages. You may find Virgo and Virgo South Node people interested in mixed race of people, different race of people, other cultures, even if they try to fight themselves from it, or even if they don't all the way do it because of what they've been taught, they're interested. So this is about acquiring about it. This is about, yes, allowing yourself to be interested and go and learn past your own understanding. Be willing to learn more. Be willing to expand on it. Be willing to, you know, see other people's perspective and also understand this. Find a faith-based practice. I don't really promote religion, but I've seen it work for people. Okay. Spiritual system practice. There's different ones. What are you interested in? Are you interested in astrology? Are you interested in metaphysics? Are you interested in Christianity? Are you interested in What are you interested in? Islam. This is just, it's just a faith-based system. Like a lot of Virgos tend to, even if they go to church, a lot of times they kind of are like, okay, I don't really believe in that. You know, I don't really believe in fairy tales. I don't really believe, like, it's still you dealing with the real world. You know, that, allow yourself to come out of that through the use of being open and allowing yourself to. And a lot of you guys are teachers, like preachers, priests, counselors, managers, people that could be possibly in a certain role to where they're teaching others. Because you have a way to take your practical side, knowledgeable side of Virgo, all right? And combining it with Neptune or Pisces' ability to be compassionate, understanding, and caring for everybody as a whole. So you might find yourself interested in some of these professions, but in order to get to them, you got to be willing to go towards the direction of your North Node. And I'll be doing more videos on that. Justice. So the universe. This is about the universe. This is about allowing, quote unquote, God, the universe, your spirit guides, whatever you want to call it. It's about allowing yourself to be open to that. It'll take you on a magical ride. And a lot of you guys are artists that you think like, okay, that's just a waste of time. You see what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know, you can get into that more as a hobby, and that and as a profession. It doesn't matter. That alone will open you up to so many different things if you only knew. Okay? So remember that. Now I want to switch it. Virgo North Node, Pisces South Node. See, what Virgo North Node individuals are learning. They're learning that it's okay. This is the Hermit. It's okay to acquire wisdom, to act off of that wisdom. So to be more careful, to be more earthy, worldly smart and wise. And through things that you can put into use of what you know, and not just know it for no reason. Like, hey, let's put this into use. And okay with knowing and learning from the self and having your own in particular beliefs. And you don't have to be open to take everybody else's on and to observe everybody else's. You can know as a Virgo North Node, what you're trying to do is you're trying to separate yourself from the whole, the group, because your experience is that for so long you could have put yourself off. You did not stand for nothing because of the fact that you got Pisces in your North Node, your South Node. Now in this life, you need to stand for something. It's okay to stand for what you believe. It's okay to do things in a way to where you can put it to use in the world. Okay? It's okay to be materially invested. Okay? What do you practically do to bring about what you're trying to complete? Are you keeping your focus? Or are you getting lost? So what are the steps that you are actively taking every day to keep that focus and to keep adding on to that focus? That is what the Virgo North Node is here to offer. See, as Pisces North Node, it was just more of wishful thinking, and that doesn't mean anything, but everybody as a whole, let's get along. We're all working for one. I take my identity out of it in order to do this. Okay. And I do so with my arms open wide. This is how I feel. Now, it's like you're being challenged as a Virgo North Node to put what you feel to use instead of just feeling it. And as a matter of fact, you don't even, it's almost like you can set your feelings aside to get the job done. You see what I'm saying? It's okay to be knowledgeable. It's okay, but it's also okay to I want to say, I'm looking at the High Priestess as someone that could definitely be into the occult, the metaphysics, but at the same time, she's holding like a book or a manual. You see what I'm saying? Sitting in between two pillars. So she understands that even if she has a spiritual side, she has to, she knows how to use the spiritual aspects in the world. How do I mean? It's one thing working with stones and crystals, but it's another thing when you allow what that's the stones and crystals, the energy is open up to you up to, and then in saying, hey, you know, like, what do I do to, like the snowflake obsidian is for purging, is for clearing yourself of restrictive nature, is for, you know, just allowing yourself to move past emotional blocks. So the stone is here with the intent to set the scene, set the stage for what you then enact. But you don't just let the stone do the work for you. Then you then step in and say, okay, I'm being shown where my emotional blocks is. How do I remove them myself without depending on another to make me feel emotionally secure? So it's basically, or placing the blame or playing victim, having a victim mentality. So it's basically you utilizing your spiritual gifts and attunements to benefit you physically or practically. Oh, I didn't show you the Virgo card. So this is Virgo and ruled by Mercury. Also, being able to separate yourself from the spiritual world to the physical world. That's definitely. Also, mentally. Being able to have the ability to think logically. Allow your mind to work. Feed the mind. Virgo North Node people definitely need meditation. Need to practice meditation to stay grounded. Coming out for the South Node in Pisces, it's easy to be out there. And it's easy to lack the groundedness that you need in order to operate successfully in this physical realm. And another thing, you gotta be able to plant your seeds and see them through. Put weight on it. It's Pisces, South Nodes go back and forth with what they want to do. And they end up missing the mark. Virgos wear their object. Virgos have patience. Virgos will work endlessly for what they want to accomplish their goals. And they'll keep a focus in mind. And they'll get real acquainted and associated with what that focus is to accomplish it. Mental. They put the time in. They'll work effortlessly without getting distracted. This is about not allowing your distractions to creep in. So as a Virgo North Node, okay, and we're going to take the word rushing out of it. We're going to take the word rushing out of it. And we're going to be more practical. We're going to be more self-assured. We're going to be more self-focused but it also, if you get yourself right, you're self-focused, you can accomplish your goals. And by doing so, you can add to the substance of your life and your loved ones and the people around you. Okay? So keep that in mind. So I'm going to stop there, but I'm going to be coming back with more videos on the North Node and South Node axis, further tips, and especially towards career goals and advancements as well. All right. So thank you. You can email me at butterfly2light11@gmail.com. Peace.